Welcome back, everyone, to season 6 of the What Is My Life podcast. We are on episode 11, still going strong.
Woo!
Yeah, that deserves a round of applause, okay? We are here with another micro episode and a special guest. So I'll just take a quick moment to introduce ourselves. Again, my name is Marina, and we have Courtney here. Yes, Courtney, I don't know if you want to say anything additional.
Hello, it's Courtney.
And we also have a special guest,
Hey.
Kristane.
Hello.
Yes. Kristane is our sister and longtime listener of the What Is My Life podcast, and we're just so grateful to have her. Just snatched her up on a phone call and brought her into the fold. So, that's the fun thing about these micro episodes. We can it's a little more freedom to have more fun because it's not 17 of us on the mic, so we can call somebody up and be like, hey, you want to join? But I think that's the fun part about it. So I wanted to start with a quick check-in. So it can be deep, not deep, whatever. But wanted to just get a quick mental health check-in and then get some updates as well. So I'll start. I am getting over what I think is a sinus infection. So I may sound a little nasally in here or whatever, but I'm being responsible, staying home, taking my medications and the teas and all the supplements and all the things, and it's going away. And feeling better mentally than where I was last episode, because last episode I was in a very challenging space. But things are turning around, so I'm just focused on that 180 right now. And I am asking for good juju because I'm about to apply to be a speaker at a conference here in Milwaukee. And yeah, a speaker, I guess presenter, because I'm still deciding what I want to do. It had to be something engaging and immersive, but I'm applying for that, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited about this speaker journey. So if you need a speaker, to talk about things like grief, dealing with loss, surviving suicide, loss, losing a parent, all those kinds of things, I am available at bsaidkeepgoing@gmail.com, at bsaidkeepgoing on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the things. Send me emails, contact me. Yeah, that's it. That's my update. How about you,
You
Courtney?
better plug yourself.
You said what?
I said you better plug yourself.
Got to. Okay, got to.
I'm doing good. Y'all know I missed the last 2 episodes. One, I don't know.
Technically 2.
It was my birthday, so
Yeah,
one. We were in Salt Lake City.
Happy birthday.
According to my mother-in-law, doing white people shit. Because every day she called us. We were like, "Oh, we're going on a hike today." She was like, "Y'all not hiked out?" And we're like, "No, because they're different ones." Yeah, so we did a bunch of hikes. We went to the gun range for our birthday. She was just like, "Y'all are really."
Bro, I have to post that video of the cat jumping. I have to post that because that was a million times you.
That was so. I've never been to the gun range, and when I tell you, I got in there, and as soon as I heard those fucking bullets, I was like, "Oh, I don't know if this is gonna work," because we trying to load our gun, and all you hear is, and I'm like, oh my god, y'all! Oh,
Yeah.
that was so stressful. But I did eventually get used to it. Niggas eventually was shooting AKs and shit. So ARs.
It get real.
Yeah, because they were like unlimited rental, and then they were like, if the range is not full, you can stay here as long as you want to. Baby, so we spent $180. We shot 10 guns, and was there for 3 hours.
That's what's up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, you sure had time to get used to it. It is a lot at first. Because you think it's okay, the pistol is bad. Then somebody pull out a semi-automatic. And you be like, oh my God.
Yeah, they hold it up, and I'm like, all right.
And you got to be careful, too. You can't get too scary and start waving that motherfucker around because they will shoot you.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. Yes.
You cannot. You got to follow the rules still. Nobody cares you scared. You got to follow the rules.
Don't nobody care. It was a good time, though.
That's good.
And then as far as my manifestation, okay, so
wait,
micro episode.
Why did you go to Salt Lake City? Of all places?
Okay, why did we go to Salt Lake City? That's a good question. Also, another question we got a lot. So we were okay, so we were gonna go to Mexico, and then we were like, America. Everyone hates Americans.
Will
we get back in?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So then we were like, we want to go somewhere we've never been. Like I've wanted to check out the salt dunes and other things in Utah. It's gorgeous. I 10 out of 10 highly recommend, y'all. The people were very fucking friendly. Kid you not. Like we did not see any Trump signs. The food was actually really good. Like really good. No, I swear it was really good, Marina.
No, you done set me off a couple times, Courtney. I don't know.
Okay. We had coming from Savannah where the food's not that good.
Surprisingly.
Really shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down south.
Yeah, exactly. It was like good. We had a few times that were like this was mid, but like overall the food was good.
Okay.
The people were nice, and then everything was like really cheap, like really affordable. All the activities that we did. I will say it's like Colorado. There is a altitude difference, so the first day we felt very fucking ill and did not know that.
Like, well, I got a headache and my stomach hurt. And I got a boo boo. Altitude sickness.
I was at the Nike factory about to pass out. I'm like, it's hot. Y'all not hot? It's hot in here. So we just picked somewhere in America that we've never been, and then went from there. We want to be in nature.
Yeah,
so.
That's good. That sounds about a 30-year-old birthday. Go somewhere rural, basically. Go do some physical activities, and have a good time, a good relaxing time. We gotta go to the club and get bottles no more. We ain't got that. We ain't got that.
No,
we're trying to be in the bed by 10 p.m., okay?
In the bed by 10. In the bed by 10, okay.
Yeah. Rubbing my feet together like a cricket or a fly. I love it.
Oh my gosh. And the sun did not set there till like 9:30.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah, so we were doing a lot of late dinners, and I didn't feel bad about going back outside because the sun was still not like completely down. So I was like, I could be out at 9 o'clock.
That's crazy. 9:30. I think that would mess with my brain a little bit. Like
it was
9 is cool. 9:30, I'd be like, all right now.
Maybe like 8:39. Yeah,
okay.
It was
okay.
Maybe not 9:30, but like for sure like 9. I was like, y'all see that? I'm still seeing the beautiful sunset and the mountains in the background. But yeah, a good grand time, good nice white people stuff that's not white people because we created everything. Okay, so it's black people shit. Okay.
Period.
We were doing black people shit.
Let me look up Utah. Yeah, I'm gonna admit to y'all right now, I finessed my way through school, so and we never got taught the states map, so I'll be having to go look where stuff is sometimes.
We're not. It's
okay. In a state song or something like that. Illinois, Indiana, something.
Oh yeah, I didn't learn that. No, but Utah borders Colorado, Nevada, Arizona.
Yeah, I don't
Wyoming.
spend a whole lot of time over there. Only place I've been over there is California.
Yep.
I think. And
we drove to Nevada.
In Seattle over there? Yeah, Seattle.
That's the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, I've been there. That's it. But over there, I don't got no business over there for real. You ever been on that side of the country?
Well, Nevada. That's it.
Nevada. Okay.
Nevada's
like Vegas?
Cool. Yeah. Vegas.
Somewhere else in Nevada.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vegas.
Interesting. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, and then give us your manifestation update for those who are just joining us. Courtney recently picked up this book from this white woman about manifestation.
I had to give up on that book. Sorry, y'all.
And I want to know where you are now.
Gave up.
Oh man.
Had to move on from her. But
yeah. I told you it wasn't for me. I was 10 seconds in, I was like, nah, I'm cool.
No, I agree. I tried to see it through though.
You did.
Yeah, things not for me, but things on my manifestation list not happening.
Yeah.
However, I'm also treating it as an abundance tracker. Let's just move on from that. We'll skip over that.
Okay.
I still have a lot of things that I have not checked off. Okay.
Okay.
It is what it is. But I created a random wins because I'm like, maybe I'm just being greedy and I'm asking for too much.
Yeah, that's good.
And I have one here. My Apple Card.
That's good.
You're right. I'm not asking for enough.
That part.
Exactly.
Okay. My Apple Card refunded me $99. I feel like, did I say this on here?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, and it was from a dispute I filed over a year ago, and they were like, hey girl, you were actually right. And so I had a free $99 credit.
Yes, that's good.
Shout out to me.
That's good.
So now I'm looking for random money.
It's gonna come back.
They will.
That up. for your Apple Music or your storage, whatever you pay for. Apple don't pay.
They always
They get
taking on
their money.
last.
Always.
They sick.
I bet you can get more.
Okay, so
Now I'm trying to see what else I can dispute now. Don't
Get started.
listen. Please, as we said, you're not asking for enough, mamas. You're not asking for enough. Okay, such a thing as being greedy. Yeah, I would love to continue to see how this random wins plays out, because what I notice is that when you spotlight like the good things, is that more good things come, right?
Yeah.
You also may not get things as you say them, right? Like you may say, I want to move into, I don't know, a specific kind of house, and you get a house that's better than that or bigger than that or different than that, right? So tracking those wins at least keeps you in the energy of that positive mindset and helps you like see more good things as they happen. And then maybe things start ticking off, you know?
Speaking of new house, let me add that on here.
Her.
Yeah, you know?
I need to make one of those lists.
Dream big, baby. Dream big, baby. Yes. I encourage everybody to do it when you're like in the middle of like trying to see good things or shift your mindset or just like bring better energy into your life. I always encourage people to start like some kind of manifestation tracker or mine was like a things I manifested, things I want in God or something like that. So something where you just start seeing the good in life, because when you see that good, it brings you more good. So
For sure.
yeah. Kristane, do you have any check-in update for us at all? I know, you're new here. The people don't know who you are at all. Like give them some background.
First
Let's
of
start with
all,
that. And then,
thank you
tell
for
them where
having me. First of all,
Yeah.
shout out to me for saying yes, because I'd be saying no.
Good job. Yes. We love yes.
The power of yes.
What'd you say? Mental, how am I doing? I'm scratching and surviving.
I said give them like background, whatever background you want to share, because they don't know you, right? They know you're our sister and they know you listen to us, but give them some background and then like I guess tell people where you are right now.
Milwaukee native. I'm an artist, singer songwriter, dabble in the other arts. You know what I mean? Editor, video editor. I would say. Shoot, I do a few things.
Yes.
She does a lot.
Not enough, but
I
I do a decent amount. But yes, yeah, and that's all the background I think I got. Oh, I got a hole fixed in my attic. We got it fixed.
Amen.
It's no longer a hole,
Amen.
So it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm scratching and surviving day by day. Good times. That's
You said scratching and surviving? What's that?
Like a cat?
Like, are you clawing?
I'm just
out
making
of
a
the
play
box?
on good times.
Like the
I'm
turtle I
just making a play
posted?
on my on good times. But no, I'm getting through. I guess you would say, moving and grooving. That's the best way I can put it. So working and keeping my mental health at a nice level, not going too high, not going too low. So
That's it.
that's all I got.
That's good. Okay. What's keeping you level?
Therapy, rest. Actually, trying to get rest. Walking, going outside in nature. So shout out to you going to Salt Lake City. I'm like, okay, I might have to, catch a flight. Other than that, and drinking water. Trying to drink my water, guys. Be hydrated.
Drink your water,
because my
kids.
head would hurt, and I'll be like,
your
"What's
water.
wrong? Drink some water. Take a nap." It's the little things.
Take a nap.
I hope you need to hear your voice the way I hear your voice. When you be like, I'll be like, I got an attitude. You be like, did you eat? You answer to ask me that. Have you eaten today? Have you drank some water? I'll be like, I haven't, sister. You right. Let me go do that.
Sugars are low.
Okay.
Attitude is high.
Dehydrated. Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, those are things that keeping me level.
Okay.
For sure.
Yes, it's simple. I always I see this quote, and I firmly believe that caring for yourself is simple. It's not always easy, but it's simple. Sleep, rest, hydration, eat well, exercise. That's it. It ain't that complicated. But yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Necessary. So we're gonna get into our "What is my life" moment. If you have a "What is my life" story, you can email them at wiml.thepodcast@gmail.com. Again, these are just stories that really make you be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is happening to me? I can't believe, I can't believe I'm experiencing this thing. So I'll tell you my "What is my life" story. And hopefully nobody comes and watches this and really fact checks it, but whatever. So I wanted to apply for my LLC. Mind you, Tasia is here with me while all this is happening. We had our little work sessions. We just like impromptu called each other and said, hey, we're going to have a work session. On my to-do list, which is back there, I have a to-do list back there. It says, apply for LLC. So I applied. I called myself going to apply for my LLC. And I went on this website that at the time I was like, something looks a little off about this website. It was. And I clicked through all the buttons and things and pressed purchase. And not only did this scam website try to ask me for additional things that I knew cost money. The red flag was when it asked me, do you want to pay for an EIN? And I have done this process 3 times. You don't have to pay for an EIN. It said pay for an EIN, pay for your letters of something else, pay for this. And I was like, this stuff don't cost. So I was like, let me go on Google or Reddit. Reddit is telling me this website is a scam. Not only did they pull the $150 they said they needed, they pulled $360 out of my account. Mind you, I had just got a blessing where like $600 came back to my account. So I was like, oh my God, like I'm cool, like I can breathe a little bit. I got a little wiggle room. And then they pulled $360 out of my account, $350, something like that. So I'm sitting here like laughing because what the fuck just happened? And Tasia is back there nervous for me. She's like, what's this? What can you do? I'm like, I don't know. Call the bank. Bank is like, well, if you push this transaction through, there's something we can do about it. If it was something that happened to you, then we can file for, fraud or whatever. So I said, well, I'm just tell you, I don't know what happened. So, we started the fraud process and everything. And then they were like asking me, did you call the merchandiser? And I'm like, of course not. They're scammers and I got to answer the phone to get my money back. But then I ended up calling them and they did get my money back. It was very sketchy, very, very sketchy. My money came back the same day. Like, whole was released. It was like gone in like probably 30 minutes and the money's back in my account. So yeah, check the websites. y'all, when y'all applying for stuff, if you got a funny feeling, double check, and see. I should go find out what the website is because the people need to know. It is
not only website.
Girl, it's like state
check your
something.
emails.
Yeah, check all that stuff. Like, especially when you finna pay somebody some money, it states something. I can't think of what it is, but they tried to get me, and I called them, and I was like, yeah, y'all need to give me that back. Not only did y'all charge me for the money y'all was supposed to charge me for something that don't cost that much money, y'all charged me double. That's the crazy part. And people was on Reddit talking about, they charged me $500. I said, oh, no, absolutely not. For LLC?
So did you get your LLC?
I did make my LLC for the proper business and the proper federal website. I do have my paperwork from the government, confirming that it's real. So we got it together. But yeah, that's my What Is My Life moment. If you have a What Is My Life moment you want to share, please send them to us. Use pseudonyms if you prefer, because we're gonna just read it as it is if not. But yeah, so yeah, passing it on to my sis for our Shit You Should Know segment. And this is, we just want to keep y'all informed about things going on in the community, in the world that impact us, entertain us, or just let us know what's going on. So what's happening, sister?
Yeah, I feel like our Shit You Should Know hasn't been very light because there's a lot of fuck shit happening in this world. So
nothing's funny.
There ain't shit funny right now.
Nothing's funny right now. Except our podcast. We're here to bring you giggles as much as we can.
Because we're unserious. Okay, so if you may or may not have been keeping up with what's going on in LA right now. So there are ICE raids happening in LA. And this is how all of this went down. So on June 6th, ICE conducted some raids across LA, detaining a bunch of undocumented folks. And then in response, people started protesting. You know how we do. Because not only that, but y'all, they were going to graduations and snatching people up. They were taking them out of grocery stores. They were places where people feel safe and are just handling their day-to-day business, and it's like, you are dirty, like really funky. So as a response, and most of these protests were peaceful, y'all. Like, Trump is telling the people that, like, they're rioting and it's like LA, like, you know, they're burning businesses down. They're not. LAPD said it was peaceful. And you know LAPD ain't shit. Okay, so everybody is saying it's peaceful. In response, Trump sent 2,000 National Guard troops. Now, let me tell you something. That's technically illegal, okay? Trump, like, he basically militarized the National Guard. The only people that could request the National Guard should be governors. Governor Newsom in California didn't want them fucking National Guards. So Trump is like, I'm going to send them. And he's like, get them out of here. And not only that, he also sent 700 Marines. Now, something else Marines are not supposed to do? Be defending the country, like, they're not supposed to, like, touch.
Domestically?
Ooh, is this my Wi-Fi? Not domestic. Uh-oh. Here we go. Wi-Fi issues yesterday.
I feel like I
It's be on U.S. soil, you mean?
This that shit.
Okay, you back now.
Yeah. They're okay. Here we go. Okay, so their point is to protect the U.S. Constitution, like against enemies, foreign and domestic. That don't mean protesters. So they really not supposed to be doing that. And most people, like, you'll see on the internet too, like, they're like, if I was a Marine, I would not be doing this. This is not what we're supposed to do. The enemy is Trump, not these protesters. Which is also quite illegal. So the governor is trying to file a lawsuit and get them the fuck out of there. But in the meantime, they're out there making shit very unpeaceful. The other thing I would be aware of with ICE is they are hiring private contractors to help scoop people up. So it's just really just regular people, probably police officers. That's why a lot of them have masks on. They don't want you to know who they are. It's probably the same people that were doing that January 6th shit, okay? But yeah, so that's, if you, like, the protest in LA, like, was over ICE. They were also in Chicago. It's just, they just doing some really wild shit, and they are snatching up people. They honestly are kidnapping people, but not only that, they're taking people that are U.S. citizens that have documentation, and so it's just, like, really shitty, and that's why people are protesting. But they want y'all to think it's not peaceful, and it's not.
I think it's a good reminder too that, like, there is no that's happening over there, right? That doesn't exist. If that can happen over there across seas, across country, across the water, it can happen where you are too. And all of our struggles are connected, right? You may say, well, you know, I'm not an immigrant, but you have immigrant friends. Your friends have parents that are immigrants. Your friends are first generation, you know, immigrated from, like, literally one generation removed from their family immigrated. So prayers to those people. I did also see, I'm gonna do some more research on it, but I did also see a content creator talk about what to do if you get like snatched up by ICE. Of course, general consensus was don't speak without a lawyer, but like I said, I'll look into it more and then we'll post that on the page too, because I think that it's very spooky times we living in, man. Very, very spooky times we living in. And, you know, we never want to fear monger on this podcast, so we do want you to be prepared and informed, so it's not just all loosey-goosey, willy-nilly. You really know what's going on. And know that shit is happening, okay?
It's happening.
Yeah, my homegirl that stays there said they have a curfew in LA right now.
Yeah.
And I know the girlies got, you know, upset last week about the whole Handmaid's Tale references, but that was what was happening before shit went south. That was what was happening.
It is.
That was what was happening. You know, so shit is getting scary, but we are going to do our best to keep you informed without keeping you fearful, and also give you some giggles every once in a while, because I think that's how our ancestors made it through. It wasn't just all gloom and doom. They did make it through with community and being together and finding ways to find joy in spite of all the struggle. So yeah, moving on to our music moments. We don't have DJ Tay Wheels here today, and I don't know, have y'all been listening to anything? Because I really have not been listening to anything specific.
I absolutely have.
Just 2000s music.
Let's see if I remember it now. That's a good question. I know A. Marie released a new song,
Real.
Mine. That's
Oh
smooth.
yes. Did we play that already? I don't think so.
Alex Isley. I like that. I think Miss Goody Two Shoes or something like that. I've been playing that on repeat.
Okay. Let me see. Let me see if I
But
can get these.
other than
Looked up
that,
on the
it's been a few
screen.
little random little bops entering, my playlist. But
Real. You said Alex Isley has such a
absolutely,
beautiful voice.
Miss Goody Two Shoes.
Okay. I'm gonna pull this one up. I know I haven't been listening to much of anything but 2000s music lately, just because it's where my brain has been. But the people are still releasing
Oh,
very good music.
JP, my
Very
piece. I don't
recently.
know if y'all heard that.
Oh
It was super
yeah.
cute. It was super
I didn't
cute.
listen to the whole thing. No, I didn't listen to the whole thing. Okay, let me play this a little bit. Let me know if I can hear this. Oh, it's the video. Get to this.
I can pull up right now. I can pull up right now. I don't know why.
Come on in, close that door. Glad you came along. Rearrange your schedule before I put away your phone. Mama taught me be polite, but also talk my shit. Listen closely, these the only words that you gon' get. Cause she is a
Okay, let me stop there, 'cause I know that's gonna get good. I need to listen to that alone.
Okay, because let me go ahead and add that to the list.
Okay, that's good. That's really good. Okay.
I just
Open up
sent
this
you a
one.
song. I
Okay.
screenshot to you.
Where you put it at?
I texted it to you. Sorry.
Okay. Let me go to. Okay, so that was Miss Goody Two Shoes by Alex Isley. Thanks for that, sis. And then we're gonna move on to my piece by JP. If y'all don't know, JP is a Milwaukee-based artist who, if you don't know him at this point, that's crazy. 'Cause he has been. Did he like chart the
Yeah.
billboards? Am I misspeaking? Yeah, he charted the billboards. Cause yeah, my boy had that. And
I think he.
and I'm making it and
No, I was gonna say I think he also got
need.
time management wise under Rock Nation, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
Oh,
so
did he?
Oh, wow.
he's doing some good
Okay.
things. Good things.
Period. Okay, okay.
Yes.
Let me focus. Okay, gotta do one thing. Maybe open my phone here. I'm over here reading text messages later. Okay, okay. So this is my piece by JP. I give y'all a little preview.
I've been out my head, thinking about the bad things that could happen. My patience is thinning out. Gotta calm down. Oh, you're my peace when I'm troubled. My overflowing love vessel overflow me.
Oh, JP, yes. I love when an artist gets in their emo bag. Love it. Okay, that was good. Okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna play. Again, that was my piece by. I said Amory. My piece by JP. I'll play Amory Mine next. Yeah, now my boy be over here fighting for his life.
And
I hear him
do.
coughing. Just send him prayers, okay? Just send him some prayers. Okay. This is Mine by Amory. If I can hear it over the coughing.
The way your lips feeling tonight, the way they pressed against mine, the way you pull me closer, closer under the moonlight. This is how it could always be. You and me, more than friends we could be.
get the point of that.
Poncho was on beat.
Poncho was on beat.
He was,
On beat. Oh God, he was on beat. I was like, wait, no, for real, no, correct. I was like, yeah, Poncho.
He was
No,
definitely
swear to God,
he was on beat for a nice little minute too.
Send prayers
He
to
was.
my baby, please, because he just be going through it. And then I can go over there and just zip his lips. That's just rude, you know. Sometimes I can pick him up and he'd be okay, but oh, my poor baby.
It's okay.
If you have a fur baby, let me know. I need some suggestions for foods that are safe to feed your dog every single day. I'm gonna just mash them up, but that's who we're on right now. We're transitioning from peanut butter because that made this worse. Yogurt worse.
Can you eat potatoes?
Worse.
No, that's
He's
starch.
just
I don't know,
old,
girl.
I think sweet potatoes. Yeah, so that's gonna be my next sample. My next thing I try right now.
Also
I gave him some
coconut oil.
applesauce. He allergic to that. He itches violently. Yeah. So when I tell you this diet,
Can he do another oil?
It's difficult. Maybe I have to look into it, possibly. But he ain't gonna eat no oil with his medicine. That's like,
No, okay.
He ain't gonna do that. It's just not
That's why I said coconut oil, because I got it's chunky enough where they think it's similar to
it's
peanut
something.
butter.
Right. Yeah, no. We'll figure it out, but yeah. Okay. This is you said like that.
Oh my baby, there's nothing that I can do for you. When I look into your eyes, girl, it's you giving me a sign. When you gonna realize I'm trying to make you my wife. I like the things you do, girl, I'll be good for you. I think I'm made for you. Hold me down, always. I like the things you do, girl, I'll be good for you. I think I'm made for you. Hold me down.
Yes. Bring back music videos. Fun music videos. That was like that. Is it Darku? Is that how you say that?
Girl, I don't know. It just popped up on my
Okay.
suggestions, and I was like, okay. Because when the beat dropped, you listen to it later. The beat dropped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love a good Afrobeat vibe, baby. Okay, that was like that by, we're gonna say, Darku. The kids got these names these days that I'm like, what is this? I don't
You
like.
need to
It got,
phonetically.
yeah, it got letters and like exclamation points in it and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know how to read that. I sound like such an auntie.
You are.
do.
It's all
But
right.
yeah, because I'm like, even what's her name? K1. It's
Yeah.
KWN.
Yeah, K1.
K1, yeah.
I'm supposed to know that's what they say. You could
She
even
said sound it
you
out.
even put K and letter 1, and I probably would have figured it out more than.
I think
Quinn.
she talks about it. That I think it was that,
But it didn't look right.
and then
Oh,
something
okay.
happened, so she changed it.
Or she
something like, or
my
somebody
guess.
might
So
have
she
had
had to
that
switch it
name.
around.
Oh, KWN looks cute, but that is, you are signing up for a lifetime
That's all right.
Yes,
pronunciation.
it's
You
like
know.
Division.
Yeah, division.
Stress me
Yeah,
out.
I don't know. But speaking of division, I don't know if y'all join Ari Lennox's lives every once in a while, but it's not her. It wasn't her live. I seen a clip of her and Division have a song coming out together.
Okay.
I think probably on her album. I want to say it was like Jermaine Dupri in the room, Division, and the singer in Division, and then Ari Lennox. Also, she did preview this song on her album called, it said Mobbing in DC, I think. And it's so
Is it
good.
good?
It's
Like,
so good.
I'm gonna have to listen.
I actually screen recorded it, so I'm gonna send it to you later. I'll send you my screen recording. Because I don't want to post it. You know,
I'm sure it's out there, Loki.
as an artist. Of course, but I'm not gonna be the culprit. The podcast will be the culprit. So,
And
I'll
our
send
cease and
you.
desist.
You
Finally.
hear me? We're already in enough trouble playing this music on here, and we got
Y'all all right.
copyright issues on the YouTube channel. Okay, so is it this one? Let me see. I think it's that one. Oh, it's the download. But yeah, I'll send it to you. Shoot me a text. But yeah, that's our music moments. Okay, y'all was listening to some stuff. I didn't have anything. Again, I just been listening to Josh's music, chicken heading and pancaking my way through every day. Okay. So, speaking of getting through every day, we'll get into our What is My Life discussion, which may or may not take a little bit of a heavy turn, but we'll see. We never know when we bring these topics up. We'll be like, oh, we'll talk about it for 10 minutes, and then it'd be like an hour. has passed. But this discussion is really just where we'll break down like those things that happen to us and what in our life, like those what is my life moments, into more digestible topics. And so we can, get into it. So today's topic is, what do you want your legacy to be, and how do you want to be remembered as an ancestor? So Courtney, can you give us a little bit of context of where this question like came up for you?
Yeah, so I was having a discussion at work, I think probably about an upcoming event, and one of my coworkers was just saying like her mentor, I think we probably were talking about, maybe we were talking about the ice race. But anyway, she said one of her mentors always asked her that of like, how do you want to be remembered as an ancestor? And so I think she said she reflects on it pretty regularly, but I just was like, oh, that is so good. Like, we need to talk about it. And so I brought it here. And so the first question I have for y'all, like, you can either answer those two questions, but to break it down a little further is like, how do you define legacy personally? Like, what does that look like for you?
I think the simple definition is like, how it says, how do you want to be remembered as an ancestor? Legacy is simply how you are remembered when, I would say, in your absence, but also like when you are actually have left the physical realm, right? So I say in your absence because I think your legacy can permeate somewhere that you are no longer physically, even though you're still alive. Like if I was at a certain job, for example, and I created this new system that helped this job run more efficiently, my quote unquote legacy still lives within that organization because I did something to transform it. Even though I'm not dead, I'm just not in that place anymore. I did something to transform that place. So I think that is both like your impact or how people remember, recognize, or feel you when you're no longer physically somewhere like alive, or physically somewhere like in an organization. I hope that's making sense.
I agree, and I don't have too much more to add to that. I think the only thing I would say is like maybe a financial sense, like of some sort. But that's everything that you said. I completely agree with.
I was gonna touch on that too, actually, because I think we didn't have that in our notes, but I feel like our culture doesn't have enough legacy type conversations. Like, what is life gonna be like when I die? Like, who gets my assets? Where does my dog go? Right? Who are the beneficiaries listed on my investment account, things like that? You know what I'm saying? Life insurance. Oh my God, we got that.
We do
bad.
as a culture.
We got that so bad in our community because and it's not, I would say, fully our fault that we're not forward thinking in that way. Like, we are literally trying to survive today. So to take my money from today and think about 30 years from now, or this, life insurance policy that I'm putting $15 in every month, I need to feed my kids with that, right? However, you also need to make sure your kids is good when you're gone. So I thought about the financial aspect too of like, we don't do nearly enough planning for the future as a community. We don't talk about wills. We don't talk about trust. We don't talk about life insurance. But we are always like called on the community, and sometimes we come through when it's too late. With a GoFundMe or something. Like, GoFundMe done got so much money off of us, it ain't even funny. But yeah. So, what about you, sis? What's your definition?
No, go ahead.
You gonna say something, Kristane?
Yeah, I think like what y'all said of definitely what y'all said, and I think what also I hear a lot about what people say about their legacy is like their kids, and of like even just thinking about those like sports show and like my legacy and like my kid gonna make it to the NFL, and I'm thinking of All American and like I don't know if you watched the most recent season, but like his dad was like the locker room in Crenshaw was named after his dad. The football field at Beverly was named after his dad. And it was like, this is my dad's legacy, and they were trying to ruin it. And it's like that as well. So like what you leave to your kids, what your kids can say about you, and then I don't know, but I think that's I would agree with what y'all said. I don't think I have much. Like, I think much about legacy, which is why I think I liked the question of like being remembered as an ancestor.
That's good.
Because I'm like, how do I want to be remembered? I don't know, girl, but I'm the girl who always knew some. One thing about me, I'm like, did you know?
Exactly.
I might random fact you, you know?
Well, actually,
I just read, and I hate that so much, but that's me, and I'm like trying to embrace it.
I like that reframe though too, because I think legacy sometimes has a connotation of kids, right? And if you don't have kids, can you be included in that conversation? So, asking how you want to be remembered as an ancestor is a little more inclusive, because it's not just about children, right? It's not just about the children you birth; it's about the children that you have impact on. So I done impacted a lot of kids,
Yes.
but I don't have any physical children myself, so it makes it a little less inclusive. Were you gonna ask
I think
me
the only
something?
thing even if you don't have kids, it always goes to, like you said, I guess in the show, your dad locker room or whatever. But even if you donate to a certain cause and your name is on this, I don't know,
Yeah.
building of some sort, and maybe because you didn't have kids, so you wanted to donate to your old alma mater or something like that. So I think about it in that way too, because I don't have children myself, but I think about like, okay, how would I want to give back through scholarships or through something like that. So
That's good. Because let me tell you, Marquette be calling me and they be like, you want to donate
no,
to? I don't got no money.
not yet.
I don't got no money yet. I know it's been 10 years, but I ain't got no money yet.
Still don't got it.
I don't have it. I don't have
Still
it.
got it.
I
I'll be
will
looking at them
give
socks though.
Yeah,
$5 to EOP and I will give $5 to Urban
there you
Scholars,
go.
and that's all I have. Thank you.
And that's making a difference though. Like that $5
Yeah.
is doing something for them. For
It's
them
gonna add
babies.
up.
Something. It's at least, on top of somebody else's 5,000 or 50,000. It's going, it's gonna make how you had the fundraising, you had a little thermometer. It's gonna scribble something on the thermometer. But okay, that's good. What else did you want to explore, Courtney, with this one?
Okay, I like this question. Okay, are there any generational patterns? Oh, you're blocking me. Are there any generational patterns you want
Oh,
to
me?
break or
My
honor
bad.
in your own legacy?
Yes, I want to, and it is difficult because children are testy and they try you. I really want to speak to children differently than my parents have or like my other siblings have. I want to see children differently. Like I want them to interact with me and feel like, not feel I'm going to get in trouble by Marina or I'm going to get in trouble by TT. I want them to think that I can call her when I'm in trouble. I know that she is probably going to give me a lecture after, but she's going to pick me up first, you know? So I want to change my relationship to the youth. Because I think that as I'm growing and becoming an adult, I guess they see me as an adult. I think I asked them that one time. Do y'all see me as an adult? Because I don't know. But as I
They
become
do.
older, I guess. But I'm actually really child. I don't know. As I become
They do,
older, I
though.
want them to be able to be like, "Hey, TT, I'm in trouble. Can you come pick me up?" Or, "Hey, Marina, I'm in trouble. Can you come pick me up?" Like, I actually took one of the girls that I used to mentor in high school. I took her to the airport in Chicago the other day because she needed some help, and I was like, "Here, I'm here. You need me? Like, I got you." I tell them all the time. I said my phone number is not different. It has not changed. It is always available. If you have nobody to talk to and you feel like the world comes crashing down, you can call me. But also, no, I'm gonna give you the real. I'm not gonna give you the sugar-coated answer. I'm gonna give you what's real. So I think that I want to continue to be a bridge between generations too, because I think older than us sometimes, one, misunderstands the children, and two, acts like they wasn't badass kids
They
before, too,
forget.
for some reason.
Man,
Like,
they forget.
are you serious? Like, the kids these days, I'm like, what are you selling? Never mind. Like, let's not. So I want to continue to be a bridge in that way, in the ways that I can. And I also want to. This is a long answer, but I think about these things. I also want to, I guess, empower children and people around me to find ways to get through the shit that holds us down. I think my life is an example of that. Kind of the stuff I've been through and the ways that I get through it, but I want to continue to be remembered as somebody who was tenacious by definition, who literally you could throw her in the mud and she gonna get back up 10 times, throw her in the mud 9, she gonna get back up 10 times. So yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, I hope I answered the question because I just went off. I just took off.
She says, nice.
I think like
And another thing.
I think something for me I want to continue is I was raised in a very, very loving family, and I think
It's beautiful.
I
We don't hear
think
that a lot. I love that.
as long as I, carry out the love and really show, and it's kind of general, but I realize that a lot of people just don't receive like love and support within their family. And I was very blessed, and still am. But so as long as like my bloodline or just anybody I come across receives that love and support from me, I think I'm doing my job. And, when I'm gone, at least they can say like, yes, she loved me and she cared for me and she, was there and showed up. I would love to leave some nice amount of money, but I don't know if that's
Just a couple coins. Just a couple coins.
And then another thing to make it more common at therapy, like that it's not something that, or make it normalized, I say, within my family.
Yes.
It's like we don't have to be going through all this miscommunication and all of this stuff, like families kind of broken up or never was together because we don't know how to communicate with one another, or because ego, or because all of these things that kind of hold us back from progressing. So I'm like, therapy, I just make it more normalized within my bloodline, and it's not, something like taboo in a sense. But yeah, I think those two things, and that's it so far. I don't know. I might add some months down the line. There's something I do think about, like, okay, will I be remembered? Part of me doesn't believe I'm like, after a while, I'm not going to be remembered anyway. But if there's kind of a method or something that's passed down, might not even know where it came from, but if I can instill it or put it in and it just keeps going, I'm cool. I'm be cool regardless. I ain't gonna be here, but you know what I mean. Like,
okay,
what can you do?
What can you do?
Yeah, I think that love piece is probably the most important, for sure.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You sing the Kurt Franklin song in my head. Love, a word that comes and goes.
Nope.
Not the Keisha Cole one.
Oh,
nope.
Don't know it. Not that one. Yeah, Kristane, you actually stole my answer. I was gonna say therapy. But
still valid.
Still valid.
To expand, no, for real, because you niggas are sick. Okay, to expand, no, just kidding, but for real. I think having hard conversations. I think I see that a little bit more now as an adult. My aunt, though, has always been like, I'm gonna tell you kids the real. She'd be like, your parents are not going to tell you, but let me tell you something. And she's always been like that. And I think, and even too, when Soki talks about his family, we talk about that together of just like, we don't be having the hard conversations. We just be going about round, like something will happen and we'll be like, oh, okay. And then like never talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we need to discuss this.
Name it even. We'll talk about it, but we won't name it.
Name it. Okay. And just share how that affected you, or how your childhood might have impacted you, or our parents love to be like, I did the best that I could, but let's talk about it. So I think just having those, you know what I'm saying? They like to remember. I think parents, and maybe defense mechanism, but they remember what they want to remember. Because I always tell my mom, like, I remember in high school asking to go to therapy, and she'll be like, and I was like, you told me no, like, I don't need therapy. And she was like, I would never say that. But at the same token, my mom, like, called my guidance counselor and was like, can you talk to Courtney? And and then she pulled me in out of class. And so it's like, so you were like listening, and you thought like, I don't know. It was just like, she was like, maybe like, I don't know. So it's just, you don't need therapy, but
get on my face.
You might need counseling, but not
yeah,
therapy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, but it's all the same. They probably have a master's in the same shit that a therapist does. But I'm like, and it's like, okay, well, she did try, right? She found a solution that worked for her, and I, worked for me. Like, that's what your guidance counselor was there for. Like, no BS. Like, they could talk to you. But it was just like, yeah, I don't know. Absolutely. Parents remember what they want to remember. But, yeah, I definitely think, like, that just having those, like, hard conversations and naming.
That's really good. Yeah. Because I think a lot of things get swept under the rug, and it's like, I'm big on, what is it? I'm having a brain fart. just pointing it out and really talking about it, especially if it's an issue. It's very difficult for me to be around somebody with an issue and I don't talk about it. I don't know. It's not easy. So I think it's even better if you could do it as a family. But I understand that everybody got their own triggers and things like that. So I think just that's really good. Just I don't know.
I think even to add on to that, like you said, having the hard conversations, but just like it's gonna sound crazy, but basic communication skills, right?
Yes.
Very basic communication skills. Because I even have a tendency to avoid, just because my emotions get too high.
Same.
But knowing how to even communicate, I need a minute, as opposed to just walking away or being silent. And I haven't mastered this, right? But I think that would be a beautiful tool to pass on to kids, or pattern that I want to establish in my family, because we don't do a good job of that. We don't communicate well. It's either scolding if it's an adult to a kid, or talking behind your back, or talking to your face, which is communicative, but it's
borderline
aggressive.
Disrespectful.
Talking at
Or,
you.
you know what I'm saying? Borderline disrespectful, or it's avoidance. So it's just like all these like real messed up ways of communicating that I had learned and normalized, that I want to continue to undo. This is a lot easier for me to do when it's somebody else's situation and be like, hey, this is how you can respond. But when I get triggered, it's getting there, but I'm learning how to respond differently myself too. Because I have a very brash tongue, I think is the word. And a very soft heart. And you can't have those two at the same time. So it's just figuring it out, just working it out, and hoping I can impart that to the children and the people in my circle, honestly. Because, I think communication might be one of our biggest problems.
Absolutely.
As Black people.
Yes.
Not one of, but like...
And reading and comprehension, but other than that...
Like, you hear me? The literacy rates. I
half the arguments.
You know, like how many of our issues would be solved if we knew how to communicate with each other properly?
Exactly.
Not always agree, just communicate properly.
That is.
Yeah, that's a different conversation. But,
Okay, because I'm like, I can
we can go deep into
deep. We can dive deep into that. Okay.
Yeah.
But,
I think that just reminded me, because I'm like thinking about this question. I was like, I feel like I should have shared a bunch of negative stuff. The stuff that I want to keep, like Kristane shared, positive.
No,
I'm like,
go for it.
Loving family.
Nah.
Yeah. So
and Courtney was like, "Get my ass
We're gonna
beat."
cut that out.
Yeah, right.
That is somebody's story, though. Okay.
So my grandma actually reads cards. She reads playing cards, so regular playing cards. I don't know how she does it. She doesn't read family, so I've never seen the process. But the other day, I was like, wait, bitches is paying for this shit. Like, paying for people to teach them how to do that. So my dad was in LA, so I called him because I knew my grandma would be there, so I could FaceTime her. And I was like, Grandma, like, I'm about to come read. Like, I want you to teach me how to read cards. She was like, really? No one else in the family wants to. She was like, they think it's wicked, like, like wickedness.
Yeah. We are. We don't.
And then she like broke down. She was talking too about like, she was like, oh yeah, I just charged $25 for a reading. I was like, you don't want to increase your prices? She was like, no, I'm not greedy. Like, she was like, I don't need it. Then that was a whole nother conversation. I was like, okay, I do need to study under you, because let's talk about it, because we love to capitalize on everything. But she was like, I'm not doing it for like for greed. And she was like, I'm not using my powers for bad. Like, but yes, I was like, oh my gosh, like my grandma literally does this, and like no one else in my family like has even bothered to like do any of that.
What is your grandma culturally again?
Belizean.
Okay, I couldn't remember what side of your family.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they're both Belizean, and if you are familiar with like Caribbean, it's not voodoo, but it's called obia.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Obia. So OBEA. I think there might be a H depending on the country.
Yeah.
Um, but it's like it would be called obia. But yeah, like similar to hoodoo voodoo, all of those things. So I'm like, oh my god, wait, I'm about to pass this on. So I need to. She was like, you need to hurry up before I kaputs, and I'm like, yeah, I know, girl.
I love
know.
that. I love your grandma for that.
That's real.
She's like,
Giggling,
hey, time's
but
a
that's
ticking.
so real.
No, she was, and I was like, no, for real, because she said, I was like, I know, I'm finna try to come in the fall.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. Something in my
I'm
family
excited for
that
you.
like,
Ooh,
I don't know.
that made me think about something. I actually have a physical representation of it, but first of all, shout out to you, because I think that because we live in America now, we have this fear of everything that's not Western Christian. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not where we came from, but that's another separate conversation again. But you made me think about, like, my grandma could literally fill up a museum full of the photos she has of my family, and I'll actually get the actual thing I have. So she gave me this thing that my mom, it's two of them, but she gave me this thing that my mom made when she was a kid. My mother, mind you, my mom passed at like 53, 54, and she had shit that my mom had when she was a kid. Now, caveat, my grandma, I think she's scared of dementia, so she writes notes on every single fucking picture she has, and they're on the front. But they're also emotional. So it's, oh shit, there's this little thingy, like this little yarn thingy that my mom made as a kid, like as an actual child. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
And then of course pictures of my mom, pictures of me, and then my mom, my dad, and then my mom like as a youngin, like young and hot. Ain't that crazy?
Yes.
So she has like literally a museum of pictures of everybody, like my mom, her kids, herself, me, grandkids, cousins, everything like that. Like I really want to do something with that. I don't have I have so little space in my brain, in my life to do that, but I need to like go get these stories off of her and these pictures off of her before it's too late, you know? Because she, like this even says deceased October 30th, 2017. It's crazy. But she has all these things. She has all these pictures and photos. So when y'all see me post like baby pictures of myself, so I'm probably at her house swimming through something and found out. But I would love to pass that on and keep that going. And shout out to Symphony at the Creative House. She has a photo project that she leads, I believe, where you start to like chronicleize the photos in your family and like take pictures of them and stuff like that. But I would love to be able to tell these stories to my nieces and nephews, because they ain't looking like I'm gonna have no kids no time soon. So yeah, it would just be cool. Also, you mentioned something earlier too, Courtney, about talking about stuff. I don't want to keep going on this, but I don't think nobody in my family talked about my mom's suicide. Like it happened, it fucked all of us up, and then it was just like, okay, move on, right? But I look at the kids and I'm like, do y'all know? Do y'all remember? Did this impact you? Have anybody talked to you about this? Anybody tell you honestly what happened? Like, have you had a conversation about this stuff in yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody talked about that. And at least not in the way that like people had a moment to just be open. It was more so just like trauma dumping when it came up, but at least from the adults. But nobody talked about my mom's suicide in my family. And I know in my heart she was real, she was a person, but the fact that nobody discusses it makes it feel like it was like sometimes. You know? Like, did this only happen to me? It's like, no, it didn't only happen to me. It happened to everybody. But it's not a point of conversation per se, you know? So, yeah. That's a lot, but
a work.
That is
Okay.
that is
Ooh,
really good, actually.
That's good. Give me that offline, because I need to put that in my files. Send me a text message if you need to. I'm writing a note somewhere that I'm gonna lose later.
Of course. You find it when you need it.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, this is good. Any other questions you want to explore with this, Courtney?
There's one more question, but I don't know. You don't have to answer it. But it says, do you see legacy as something spiritual, or is it more rooted in tangible contributions?
Both.
Or both. I feel like it can be a
for
little bit
sure.
both.
Yeah.
Both.
It's for sure both.
Because when I think about financially passing things down, like whether it's houses and whatever, I don't know, whatever you could.
Dead. No, I'm just kidding.
Too long.
That
my $3 and my
part,
rock
all of
iron.
it, all of the above. No, passing that down along with like recipes. I'm just thinking about my family, like recipes or
Yes.
stories, like you said, like pictures and just all of the things that those tangible things, and then just the things that you can't see, like love and I don't know, peace and joy, all of those whatever things. It's absolutely both for me.
Yeah. That's good.
Absolutely. Even now, you can kind of see that legacy is spiritual. I don't know if y'all have had this experience, but people will be like, "Yeah, I remember when you told me blah blah," and I'd be like, "I said what?"
That part,
Right?
Don't remember.
You know, I said that. You know that was spirit. You know, speaking to you, that person through you. You know, and leaving that legacy. And I think it is also tangible as well. It can be monetary. You know. Investment. I would have loved to be in a position to start like 501c3 accounts or not 501c3, I forgot what it's called, but bank accounts for all my nieces and nephews, but there's literally like 17 of them and I got $17. So
Girl, just start one and make it split.
I would have loved to start accounts for you know, whoever get to college first, you get the money. I would have loved to have been able to start that for them at a young age and then have something to give them. Now you may only spend it on one book. But I would have loved to have been able to do that physically. But I think the intangibles are important too, right? Like, oh, my TT taught me how to breathe deeply. My TT taught me how to regulate my emotions. Maybe that is worth gold. You know? That is worth gold. You hear me? Or my TT taught me how to, you know, move in these certain rooms. She taught me how to network. Like, that intangible shit is valuable as well. Very valuable. So I think it's both. For sure.
Yeah, I think when we're talking about like legacy versus ancestor, I feel like the ancestor part is kind of like this spiritual, but also even more of like just thinking about people who do ancestral veneration, and it's like you're calling to ancestors you may not even know. So thinking about it in that way of like, sometimes you're just like tapping into people that were before you that you know. And I think that's very spiritual, right? We talk about like slaves. We talk about like your own family. We talk about like slaves. I don't know. Slaves. Because we're so unserious. That's why. But talking about those things and like people who were before us, Martin Luther King. Like,
people love talking about MLK, boy.
Love MLK, okay?
So many more people.
Up on your wall next to God, to Jesus.
You might have Malcolm X too, but
Malcolm X, yes. Oh, there was anyway. There's that one picture that every family had, and I can't think of which it was. But I definitely think it is both, and I think both are important. To have those tangible things, but to also have those stories, those recipes, those. I don't know, like.
Listen. Recipes. Y'all talk about recipes. I thought about your song, Kristane, about the crab boil. You're just playing.
No, yes, that song. Oh my god, bro, I'd be having that song on repeat because I'm like that. This is a real ass song.
The way it was so disgusting.
Groceries was expensive.
It was so disgusting. I said, "What did I do wrong? What are you?"
Oh my god!
Wasted all that food.
Listen. I tried, my mom used to make these nachos. I tried that the other day. And what also died with her was her potato salad recipe that everybody loved. Don't got that. I hated potato salads. I was like, I don't give a fuck about this. You know? I don't give a damn. But so many things that, like, okay, I have a question. What, if anything, are y'all doing or are y'all going to do as a result of this conversation to start to build that legacy? Will you start writing recipes down? Will you start having more conversations about, you know, having hard conversations? Like, what do y'all do or will y'all continue to do as a result of this?
One thing I wanted to work on, and I'm kind of dragging my feet on it, is like a digital recipe book with my grandma, because she I tried to cook the dress and it ain't working. You know what? I just think I can't cook. Let's just keep it a buck. I've tried.
They don't got the recipe. They don't have recipes either, though. It'd be like pinch of this, a little bit of that.
It's a long.
That's why you gotta record it.
I just think it ain't in me. But so just I've been having her write down recipes, and I keep it in a recipe box. But I also want to do like just little recordings and stuff like that around just different recipes that we got, and have a digital recipe book and send it to all the grandkids in case they ever want to try something that they, something like that. I have this little TikTok got me this little card game where it's like you ask a question or something like that to learn more about your elders. To kind of keep some of that history, kind of get to know who they are. Have I used it? No, but I will.
I'm gonna do that too. They got books like that too, like your story.
So
and I'm be so sad when I don't have access to it. But
I try to write down the family history too. Like I have, and I'm just like, who's that person again? Who they kids? And so I can kind of have a one, so I know who everybody is, but also just so I can kind of keep it.
And what we're doing,
I sure don't remember them notes, but yeah.
Yeah, my sisters and I have talked about that as well, because there was a cooking show about legacy recipes or something. So we've talked about like recording my grandma's cook, and also Soki too. Sometimes when we go to Atlanta, and his grandma starts talking, he'll start recording, just like a long voice memo.
Yes, I was gonna say get a voice note. That's easy. Just sit it down and let it play. But then you get the notes too of like if you mess up, too much, baby, too little, you know. A little more in the cup, a little less.
Channel them later.
You know,
yeah. And just pictures, and just asking them questions. But about the hard conversations, I don't know. I feel like I would have to go back and see what I want to talk about, and be like, so can we talk about this?
Are you having any conversations? Because y'all both have a niece and nephew, or a niece, a nephew, whatever. Are y'all having any hard conversations with them yet? I know they're still tiny, but or what's y'all legacy keeping look like with them?
I think the only thing, when you talked about breathing and stuff like that, I do want to teach him like meditation and stuff like that. But he's still young, and he doesn't even know who from who. Well, he does, but not for real. I know he knows.
Listen, sometimes we
for sure, but I think it's people he don't know and don't care for either. He's like, I don't know you, so what are we? Bye. But that's something I want to, with the respect of his parents, I try to be respectful, unless it's like, let me just pull you to the side. But other than that, he's 2, he'll be 3, so he's not receiving. Yeah, it's a great age. It's getting crazy, but yeah.
4 is like my favorite kid.
4 to 6, I'm out.
I love 4-year-olds.
I come back at like 7.
Really?
Because your mouth.
4. Because I have
depending on the mouth.
No, the mouth.
No.
And you telling my business.
Oh, the mouth is it's all right. Yes.
They for sure telling on you.
And TT was here and she was doing this with the pan and the food
all
was
of
nasty. Like,
but I do love the purity of it.
I love how curious they are. Yeah, that's what I like. They're like, so everything is new to them. Like, okay, and this is a sponge, and this is a dish, and this is how you do this thing, and this is how you mop, and this is how you clean. Like, 4-year-olds are my favorite, and then it can get annoying because they say why all the time, but it's so fun. It's so fun.
Yeah, Bry's 5. He's definitely the epitome of little body, big emotions, and trying to figure out how to. We finna find him a therapist. But anyway, and it's never too early, okay? The baby needs some help, and if you're not going to provide the resources, get somebody who can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm not like, he needs therapy, and it's fine. Like, cause he just doesn't know how to control those emotions. But yeah, so he's just like a 13-year-old in a fucking 5-year-old body. So he just be so angry. Like yesterday, he was so upset that my mom kept saying he went to summer camp, and he was like, I didn't go to camp. And I was like, bro, what do you want to call it? He was like, I don't know. I was like, do you want to call it summer school? He was like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, why are you so upset?
Yeah.
But because my mom's like, I think he thinks camp is like a 10, and like that's not what he was doing. And
he feels misunderstood.
Yeah. And so I think he needs help with expressing himself.
That's real. That's very real. Whew. Okay, I warned you at the top of this episode. Sometimes we get deep. Sometimes it be real willy-nilly. It's just, baby, we like to yap, and we actually love each other, so it's actually really easy to just talk.
You'd be like, we're not going to say a lot.
Yeah, so Okay. All right, so we're actually going to wrap the episode. And before we go, we want to leave read you all a review, but also remind you all to leave us a review. If you're on Apple Podcasts, you can leave a review with with your rating, so you can rate the podcast and then leave a word review.
Fives only.
On Spotify, yes, please. If you're listening on Spotify, you can leave us a comment. You know, I check the comments every once in a while, and then also leave us a rating on Spotify with their stars. And I want to read this one from Kimber13. It says, "A good time. I enjoy listening to the show so much. I've never laughed so much while listening to a podcast. These women hit so many valid points. I also look forward to the new episode."
Yes.
So, yes, please leave us a review. And, of course, if y'all have... I'm getting to put XYC right here. You have cards, Courtney?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did. I pulled... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, if you have any questions for us, comments, please, again, email us at wiml.thepodcast@gmail.com. And we don't have our sister Amiri here today, but y'all know we are going to leave y'all with words of encouragement as you leave the group chat and go back into this wild world. And Courtney has something she's going to share with us.
Yeah, so I pulled from the Nap Ministries Rest Deck, which is 50 practices to resist grind culture. I know it's not our typical card, but I thought this was very fitting given the state of the world. So this is what the box looks like, very cutesy. The card I pulled is I Am Magical and Divine. Okay, now I'm going to read the back. It says, "You are exhausted physically and spiritually because the pace created by this system is for machines and not a magical and divine human being. Your body has information to share with you, but you must slow down to receive it. There is a power in knowing you are enough right now and always." Okay, because you are magical and divine. So slow down, y'all, and listen to your body.
Yes.
Because like Marina said earlier, did you eat? Are you thirsty?
Do you need a nap?
Do you need
Shout out
a
to
nap?
Nap Ministry. That's good. Yeah, we are not machines. We're literally human beings that need replenishment and love and care and guidance. So, yes, guys, thank you again for listening to another episode of What Is My Life, the podcast. Rate, review, comment, talk about what you listen, why you love us, share our content, and we will see you guys next time. Anything else you sisters have?
Thanks for having me.
Anything else you want to leave people with?
Yes,
thanks
thanks
so
for
much
joining
coming,
us.
Kristane. We're so happy to have you. All right, and we'll catch y'all next time on the flip side.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.